I don't have to deal with favoritism at least. The only thing I ever have to deal with is I think I have like three bosses. I don't know who is who. That's the sad part. All I know is like three different people didn't talk to me. Thomas is probably one of my favorite ones because like he came over and talked to me. It was so funny. He was like, your work is a mess. Like you're on complete, like no, your station's a mess and you're behind on the work. He's like, you can't like have both struggles. I was like, you can't like wait. You have to pick a struggle? I was like, I didn't know that's how that works. I'm like, if I like the reason my station's dirty is because I'm behind on the belt line. I'm behind on the belt line because well, you got me taking care of 25, and you guys know it's like my second week. Like, you just slapped me into this very quickly. I wasn't even ready. 25. But I was like, and he was like, you know what you signed up for. And I was like, technically I don't. My wife signed me up for this. I didn't sign anything. The only thing I signed was my name on the dotted line when I got here. That was it. Before then, I didn't know. Didn't know. I was under the impression that this was a very different kind of shop from what she said. She needs to speak in full sentences, woman. Because my wife, my fiance pulls me to the side. And I think it's my favorite day now. She was like, you're working at a coke shop. And I was like, that's legal? It's like, it's legal or something you just do like that? We just,
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Kofi Kingston, representing the New Day from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at
it was so
205
funny.
pounds.
Just so funny. I remember the guy that interviewed me my day one. He was like, oh, I can help you. I can show you around what you're supposed to be doing and everything. I was like, okay, thank you. And like I think my like third day, he was like, hey guys, I'm putting in my 2 weeks notice. I was like, dang, that's crazy. And then he was like, so I was like, oh, he only got 2 weeks left. He left like 3 days later, and I was like, dang, he didn't finish the 2 weeks. He was like, this job. Like, I'd be thinking the same thing sometimes, but dang, I don't know.
Stop trying to drive a wedge, Corey. They're just expanding the positivity.
And his opponent, accompanied by Angel Garza from Monterrey, Mexico, weighing in at 198 pounds, Humberto Carrillo.
Matches like these, with talent of this caliber, this is why sports entertainment is an art form. He said he'll steal the show here tonight, and he looks more than ready to deliver on that promise.
You sound sick as fuck, bro.
It's always exciting to watch Xavier Woods in the ring, a superstar with a seemingly endless supply of creative energy.
Yeah, whether it's dreaming up innovative new moves or wacky gear, Woods is always thinking outside the box. The way he keeps refreshing his in-ring style can make him pretty tough to keep up with.
And I bet Xavier can easily imagine himself picking up the win here tonight. I can't wait to see what he's cooked up for us in this one.
But tonight he's going up against the impressive Humberto Carrillo, well known for his cat-like agility. Yeah, and Carrillo possesses some surprising strength as well. Humberto is so well known for his lucha style, people often forget how well-rounded of a superstar he really is. He is delivering elbow after elbow to stomp in every single part of his body.
He catches Woods with a counter.
Wow, picture-perfect moonsault. Taking on an incredibly well-rounded competitor like Xavier Woods can be intimidating, but therein lies the key to victory. You need to play to your strengths. Take this fight to the mat. We're taking flight. Splash!
Standing shooting star press, incredible. Oh, what a counter, knees.
That'll buy you some valuable time.
Good. Because my first day there, I was like, What happened the first day? Because it boggled my mind. Because like through the what was it? The interview, he was like, we could be up here for like 12 hours, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, that's fine. There's just 4 extra hours to 8. That's nothing bad. So I was like, that's cool. But I'm thinking, because he was talking about overtime, so I'm thinking this is overtime. So I was like, cool. That's what I thought, at least. But then he was like, we've been up here sometimes even to like 22 hours. And I'm like, there's 24 hours in a day. Y'all up here for 22? I don't know about that one, bro. You're not going to have me 22 hours. Like, I stayed a little bit late for y'all, but not that late. So, my day one happens. I didn't even care about the time. I didn't care. Because I was just like, I just want to go to work, get it over with, go home. That was it. I got there at like 5. We left at 6 a.m. It pissed me off only because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And it wasn't just that actually. What pissed me off though was that they were like, they got mad at me because I wanted to go home. Because they have cameras and stuff, then they could like see what we're doing and stuff, but they just don't have any audio to it. They could see what we're doing. So they saw me sitting down, and they were like, what are you sitting down for? I'm like, the belt's not moving. What else am I supposed to do? Like, clean up your areas. And I'm like, what is there to clean? You want me to grab a broom? Dustpan? You want me to clean up that? There's crumbs on the ground. Like, that's what you want me to clean up? I'll clean up the cookies, I guess. Who could have cookies here?
Gotta be humiliated and embarrassed. He thought he was gonna win this match.
Oh, I kind of did too.
Basically, I worked load, unload, and in a small store. I never worked Worldport, which is what the airport version of it. Worldport for us is the big part. I worked like the Centennial Hub, which is actually one of the biggest fucking like. The hub is well known for being like the biggest fucking.
Enter the torture machine. It's like Drew Gulak flipped a switch, and he's always on. A man who loves competition, but loathes his opponents.
The following contest is a fatal 4-way match. Making his way to the ring from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 193 pounds, Drew Gulak.
He's held the Cruiserweight Championship, a multi-time 24/7 champion.
Gulak craves the 24/7 title because he's always ready to fight at any time.
A true Broad Street bully. The modern-day Maharaja.
And his opponents, first, from Punjab, India, weighing in at 238 pounds, Jinder Mahal.
And Jinder Mahal really believes that the praise that he receives in his home country of India should be the same kind of praise he receives all over the world.
Well, why do what you do if you can't enjoy the perks outside of it, Byron?
Corey makes a really good point.
Jinder Mahal hasn't done a whole lot to earn that adulation.
What are you talking? He's a former WWE champion.
Yeah, but he also treats everyone like they're inferior.
He doesn't like
down
you.
to the WWE
Byron,
universe.
you are inferior to Jinder Mahal.
Another true point by Corey.
Bam.
Why don't you stop kissing Corey's butt, Michael?
Hit that number, put in the code, and it will print off a sticker.
Latino Heat.
And from El Paso, Texas, weighing in at 228 pounds, Eddie Guerrero.
So many historic memories of Latino Heat. I know our colleague JBL speaks so highly of the respect he holds for Eddie Guerrero, one of the all-time greats.
Think about how many superstars have been inspired by Eddie Guerrero. Sasha Banks, among others.
No light, only anarchy.
It's the man who once fought for the people, provided the light. Now he sows seeds of discontent in the locker room. And from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 182 pounds, Mustafa Ali. This is a man who was once the infamous SmackDown hacker who took pleasure in revealing superstars' hidden secrets.
Psychopath. He also caused physical chaos with retribution, attacking superstars. Remember, Corey, the night they destroyed and then chased us out of the Performance Center?
Yeah, I'd rather not relive that horror, Cole. But the fact is, Mustafa Ali is still on a mission to tear down WWE to its very foundation.
A win here tonight goes towards proving that mission statement.
Always difficult to navigate the ring in a fatal four-way. Trying to control the terrain. It's going to be Drew Gulak, Jinder Mahal, Eddie Guerrero, and Mustafa Ali.
No matter what your relations are with your opponents, it's an entirely different mindset when you're in this kind of match.
It's everyone for themselves, but in the short term, you need to take advantage of partnerships and whittle down the competition.
Oh, strong impact.
Look at this. Boom.
Nice.
Corey, what could be the key to victory in this? What's imperative?
On the top. Are you kidding me?
Stolen away.
Into the ring again.
Oh, elbow to the face. Gulak sidesteps.
And Eddie pays for leaving an opening. Locked down the shoulder. Swinging neck breaker.
Stinging kick.
He is truly feeling it right now. As well he should.
Is it enough? Oh! Oh, my God, what an elbow. Being carried around with ease.
Just launched.
Double stop.
Oh, flipping the script on him there.
Ring over with a snapmare.
Across the face. Man.
He's absorbed some damage already.
Gulak's at ringside. And he'll leave the ring for this next scratch. Oh, and a kick right to the hamstring. Launched with a belly to belly. Oh, man, right to the arm. Hyperextend your elbow. Mustafa Ali with the counter. Systematic attack on that shoulder. Right, but not into a neck breaker.
still a lot of game left here. Locking it in. And his hope is starting to fade in this.
How's he going to get out of this predicament?
Elbows his way out.
Oh, no. Stop right there.
Here tonight.
And now Eddie has to shake that outcome off. He has to keep his mind on his opponent. Right on point. And again.
Great way to wear down your opponent. We are seeing a next level performance from these competitors tonight.
They've shown a lot of resiliency. You have to give them that. I can't stop you in your tracks.
His scissors on.
Face. DDT. Tough spot to be in right now for Drew Gulak.
This is getting hard to watch, guys. We might need to stop this one. Maybe all that studying Drew Gulak does needs to come to the surface somehow.
He gets back into the ring. Wheelbarrow suplex.
Let him have this moment. He's on it.
Eddie with a reversal.
Gulak's locked in the crosshairs now. Dragon Sleeper. It's in. It's in tight. It's in deep. The Dragon Sleeper.
Oh, body is not meant to bend that way.
For the love of God, submit.
He let it go.
Yeah, I wonder why.
He may get the 3 count right here. This is it. All right, back to it. Returning to the ring. Oh, knee lift.
Somebody better check his nose.
He's expressing pain now. At this point, it might be too much for him to recover from.
Well, guys, we know that if Ali is caught,
Got the knees up just in time.
Springboard attack.
Oh, even some good timing here. It's been a struggle for these competitors to find an end to this match.
But the struggle's worth it. With every move you make.
Cobra clutch. Middle slam.
Wow, stolen from his opponent's artillery.
And a kick out. No one saw that coming.
The biggest weapon in his artillery fired back at him. But he survived it.
Ali locking it in. An extreme amount of... He's going to have to tap out, and he does. He'll head... Oh, my God, Ali is done.
Man, what a match and what a win.
Now let's take another look at one of the best fatal four-way matches we've seen in a long, long while.
I'm gonna go out and fucking get her something to fucking drink in here. Some type of fucking sugar. So I walk out. This fucking prick, once again, he was fucking guarding the goddamn mirror. As soon as I
Here
walked
is your winner, Mustafa Ali.
What a finale to this intense fatal four-way match.
We saw something special from each of these men tonight.
I thought all 4 of them had a shot at winning this match.
I go get a fucking candy bar and a fucking snack with my own fucking money because it's a friend of mine. I mean, fuck, it was only like $5 fucking dollars for a candy bar and a fucking soda. I come back, give it to her, finish up the sort and everything. At that point in time, I filed agreements with my fucking union supervisor. Or my union steward. But lo and behold, at that point in time, the union steward was fucking corrupt.
The HBIC.
Head baddie in charge.
And Mia is always ready for a fight.
Incentives from the management.
The following contest is a fatal four-way match. Making her way to the ring from Fontana, California, Mia Yim.
Mia Yim with impressive impressive performances in the first two Mae Young Classic tournaments. Yeah, plenty of big match experience in NXT, competing at several NXT TakeOver events.
Ready to jump to that next level with a win here tonight.
Look who's here! And her opponents, first, from Moscow, the Ravishing Russian.
I mean, yeah, I do.
The Ravishing Russian has been ridiculed and written off her entire career. But here tonight, she's looking to have the last laugh and crush the competition.
Anybody that's ever ridiculed Lana doesn't know what they're talking about. She's incredibly beautiful, incredibly talented. Byron speaks like 31 languages. Byron has none of those things.
Whoa, I know that Byron's criticized all those things. I did not. That's not true. I respect Lana. One of the top names in the entire women's division, and she plans on showing exactly why here tonight.
Everybody knows about the diabetes. What the fuck you mean, dude? But ever since then, I always had a friend.
Guess what? What? It's boss time! I knew you were going to say that, Michael.
And from Boston, Massachusetts, Sasha Banks.
Stephanie McMahon brought Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Sasha Banks to WWE, and those three women changed the course of history as we know it today. Yeah, Sasha Banks has been a trailblazer. She has been at the forefront of that change. In fact, Sasha's career-long motto, be so good, they can't ignore you.
Arguably the best competitor in the women's division in WWE.
I'm able to just fucking sit down and not do a goddamn thing for 5 fucking minutes and still be able to sit here. So, bags.
Here comes the queen, the franchise, and the self-proclaimed opportunity.
And from the Queen City, Charlotte Flair.
You know, the WWE Universe, at least many in it, believe that she's been handed title opportunities in main events. Well, many of those same doubters live in their parents' basements, Cole. I wouldn't necessarily value their opinion. This is Charlotte Flair. This is the queen. This is the opportunity. So, Byron, from your parents' basement, what do you feel about Charlotte Flair?
First of all, I moved out last week, Michael. And second of all, I do think Charlotte's ego can be a bit out of control at times.
After everything Charlotte Flair has accomplished in her career, her ego is allowed to be as big as it possibly can be. She's got an amazing robe. Saxton, how have you not learned by now? You need to open the ropes for the queen.
Corey, haven't you heard? I'm no longer on road duty.
Oh, I didn't get that memo.
Let's get things started with a fatal four-way matchup, a real clash of styles and egos tonight.
This is really one of those who wants it more type of matchups that puts you through the ringer.
Rear chin lock, and now just rapid fire punches. Foot just stomping down. Elbow on the spot. Big reversal against the boss. Charlotte with a nice reversal. Banks had that well scouted.
Any superstar has the odds against them entering a fatal four-way. What's the best way to overcome those odds, Corey?
Well, there's a few options, Corey. You can lay in wait for a moment to capitalize, or you can power through and take everyone on head first. The most important part is breaking up any pinfalls or submissions.
Kick right in the body. Oh, my goodness. Well scouted reversal there.
Why is she still posting around?
From where? Well, she lands hard.
Wind him up. Boom.
Knock him down. Ouch. Catches the kick.
Vicious, aggressive attacks. Thunderous powerbomb.
Faltering some.
Lands face first. Wrist lock. Climb from the middle rope.
We got a little tandem offense in our future.
Taking a moment to get pumped off of this crowd's incredible energy. Running clothesline. It's Sasha with a back statement. Sasha with a back statement. The back statement. Oh, nowhere to go. Nowhere to hide. Could be tap.
She's got it. Got her shoulders down. And now she's getting back into the ring. That gets reversed on Lana.
That was just disrespectful. Sent into the corner.
And back in the ring we go. But she turns it around. A counter answered by another counter. Takedown. And now punches once.
I don't know, bro. When it comes to places I worked, I don't know. I've always been thankful for them hiring me. It's just some of them were just like, yeah, I don't know what you're expecting. First job I ever had was FedEx Ground. I hated working there. I'm sorry, what did you say? It's like the worst thing I've ever done in my life. It was like, out of any job I do, I will at least prefer that job than this one, because we got paid every week, which was cool and everything. That was cool. That's not a problem. The only problem was, like, they had us on a time limit of doing all these trucks. They had us they were like, all right, it's 2 of you each row. You guys take care of one side of that row. You guys good, go home. They didn't want us there past 2 hours. We weren't getting paid that much either. So it's like, you know, shoot, I don't remember. It's been so long. It's been like 2 years now. I do not remember the pay. It's funny, I don't remember the pay them. I couldn't tell you every other place. I don't remember. No. It was less than it. Because I remember, I thought it was a big deal when I got to, Home Depot. I mean, not Home Depot, Walmart, because I was getting paid like $11.50, I think. No, it was $12.50.
tough position to be caught in here.
Unmitigated demonstration of power. Mia able to avoid impact.
I think out of any place I worked, the only one that truly, like, I guess really pissed me off. It was it FedEx? No. It was U-Haul. The reason it pissed me off was that because of what I was doing, I was the guy that would clean the truck, basically make sure everything's running well after you return it and stuff like that. That's what I was doing. The problem was that I had to take a test, and so I didn't know no one told me you have a certain amount of time to do this test. So like the first week I didn't finish the test. They told me a tactic. They said, hey, look, just skip through everything and get to the quiz. When you get to the quiz, just answer quickly as possible, mark everything you've gotten wrong, write for the correct answer, and then go back and do the quiz again. And then so I was like, okay, cool, that was fine. I didn't know I was timed on, like, they didn't tell me, oh, you have a month to do, you have 2 months to do. No one told me that. They just told me I had to get it done. That's all it said. So I was going to get it done. I had like a chapter left. I literally had 1 chapter left. And I remember the day like it was yesterday. I looked at my schedule, and it was like 1 week, I had worked like 4 days. But then the day, like the next day, no, the end of that week, I was getting when I got my next, what's the name, it said I didn't work next week, like at all, and I was like, I got a week off. Oh, I guess that's cool, I guess. But I called my manager, and I was like, hey, what's going on? He's like, oh, we can't schedule you anymore because you didn't finish the test. I said, oh, okay, fine, I'll come by and finish it. And so, as I go finish, he's like, you can't be here because you don't work here. And I'm like, but my fiance does. I still drop her. So what's the point? And he's like, he's like, look, we're not gonna fire you or anything like that. We have more jobs for you. I'm gonna see what I can do, and then we're gonna call you. And I was like, that's already weird. You guys already called me to get the job. What was the point of calling me again to reposition me? But I was like, it's fine, no big deal. So he does that. He doesn't do it, actually. He never contacts me again. And what's crazy was, like, I would see him as I drop my fiance off. Like, I dropped her off at work, pick her up from work and everything. And I'm just sitting there. And it took so long for me to get the next job. It took, like, almost 6 months of me, like, continuously, like, dropping her off, picking her up from, like, her 2 jobs. And it was, like, I remember the day, like, it was, I was sitting here with my dog, with my dogs and everything, and as soon as I dropped her off, I came home. My phone was off that day on top of that, and it was like I couldn't contact nobody. All of a sudden, I go to the bathroom, and I hear whimpering, and I open the door to see, oh, it's a puppy. Oh, she just gave birth today. Oh, cool. She just gives birth to all these puppies today. I'm like, oh my gosh, so cute. I have to go rush over there and pick her up. I get there kind of early, like maybe 5-10 minutes early. Get there, cool. And so she's pissed because she works extra hours in an extra day. Instead of 4 days, she worked 5 and longer than she should. And then we're thinking, yeah, you get paid more, right? How that typically works, you get paid more. She got paid less, which didn't add up. And then she was like, what the f, bro? And it's just, she was like, fuck it, I'm not going back anymore. Quit. She quits the job. Cool. She goes to literally like a few little bit down. This Walmart job. It's the small one, the small one. You know the small one, right? Yeah, neighborhood Walmart. She's working there, and everything's cool. Nothing's wrong. Until the manager changes, and this new manager is just like a bit, how do you say, childish in a sense, basically. Childish. Like, like people truly did want the old manager to go. She said, how bad was it when they found out the old manager about to go and they had this new manager coming in? They bubble wrapped her car to make sure she couldn't get out. And it's, I thought she was over exaggerating. She's like, no, they really did. And I was like, oh, that's funny. And because I would have to drop her off and pick her up, like I would jokingly sometimes would go and I would go into the store and I would go like pick up, I don't know if you know, but they have these pies. It's like, I think 50 cents. It's 50-cent pies. I pick up like 2 or 3 of them, and I would wait in line and go, and then she would be like, oh my gosh, and I'd be like, she'd like cash a card. I'm like, I really don't know, and I would just like, I just messed with her while she was at work sometimes. That was just be having fun. But I didn't know was that I'm not supposed to interact with her like that, basically. I'm thinking it's casual conversation. They don't know who I am. They don't know that we know each other. They don't know because they don't see me. They just see the car. They don't know who's in the car. I keep the windows rolled up. The windows were tinted. Well, part of it was. It was kind of ripped. Just not the point. Everything was cool. It's cool. But because of the new boss, it kind of pisses her off after a while. And at that point, I finally got a job. I started working at Home Depot. I have this night shift, and it pissed me off working the night shift there. Only reason it pissed me off was like, imagine going to work for like, I think, what was my schedule? 7 to 4, that's what it was. It was 7 to 4. So that means I would be there from 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. Get off just to wake up. Oh, or in this case, just to go home, wait 2 hours for her to get dressed and everything, to take her to work, and then finally get to go to sleep. And then I'm like, I have to get up because I have to take the dogs out, or they're gonna poop and pee everywhere, or what am I gonna do? I still have to feed them also. And it's like, it was like a whole thing. It wasn't every day because she didn't work at like 6 a.m. every day. It's like, sometimes she was a closer, sometimes she was an opener, sometimes she was just somewhere in the fucking middle. And I was like, that's great. But the problem came in was like, because of how her boss was acting, it kind of like messes with her. Because her boss kind of targeted her, and it put a lot of pressure on my wife, and I really couldn't do anything about it outside of like, basically go up there and just like, okay, I have a choice here. I could either confront or try to comfort her. If I confront, I could get her in trouble. I could, potentially. But if I try to comfort her, I'm not fixing the problem. I'm trying to basically be like, hey, tough it out in a sense. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. She eventually leaves. I'm still working at Home Depot. We get a new manager at Home Depot, and I remember him like it was yesterday. This man was cool with people. He was the only boss that would check up on you on like the most randomest times. Like I would be, because we had a very simple thing where we do at Home Depot. Very simple. We start the night off with, ooh, let's get the mess on this. Someone comments on the video on the live stream. It scared me. I forgot. But I just heard like a random noise and I was like, what the fudge? But no, it's a simple thing how it works. You go there, you unload the truck. Once you unload the truck, we're separating everything that we unloading from the truck into a separate department. Everyone who goes to that department takes a cart with you, and you're unloading until 9 o'clock gets there. 9 o'clock will come and help you, and we finish it up until 4 a.m. Then we clean up what we need to clean up. If we didn't finish, we return it in the back, and we wait till the next time. Simple process. The problem was that I wasn't properly trained for that. I don't know what it is about people not properly training me, but almost every job I've had, I was never properly trained. I was basically like, have fun. You did the training, right? Like, I did the I sat in did the video, watched the videos, yeah, and they're like, so you know what you're doing? I'm like, not completely, but I mean, go ahead. So it was a cool place to have, until they were like, hey, we're upping the pay. And I'm like, okay, cool. $2 extra. Dope. We went from, what was it, 14 to 16. Lovely. Wait, yeah, make sure I get make sure I get that math right. Loveliness. The problem came in was like out of nowhere, like not even a month later, they were like, hey, by the way, we're cutting your hours. You aren't
You cannot say they didn't give it their all and then some to achieve this victory. It's going to be lights out earlier than usual tonight in the Uso Penitentiary.
But yeah, so I'm sitting with this as oh it's my mom. Oh, that's funny. Good morning, mother. Wait, what time is it? 6. Yeah, she's probably probably waking up my brothers, taking them to school, getting them ready for school. But so I didn't have a problem with too much with working there overall. When the hours got cut, I wasn't ready, nor could I really handle it because I was earning. Because like, I think the best I've ever earned working at Home Depot was my gross pay was like I think $1,018, but I got like 900. But I was like, that's fine. I'm not mad at that. Just 2 weeks.
Behold the power.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. I was like, that's dope. That's fine. And so that's me going to work every day. And this is before they cut the hours. When they cut the hours, I was earning like
The following contest is scheduled for
300, maybe even 600, maybe.
from Dublin, Ireland.
And then they got upset at me because they were like, "You're not coming to work," and I'm like, "I can't come to work. I have to pay bills, and you're expecting me to pay bills off of $346. You truly expect me to pay a light bill, rent, my phone bill, her phone bill, and then come to work?" Yeah, at that time we had a car, but our car was going through a loveliness where it became a pothead and it started smoking. Funny enough, the water got into the, what's the name? So that was lovely. Yeah. Yep. And
Bend the knee before your king. He's not my king.
I mean, it was a pretty old car. We got it from a family member, which that's already a great start. It was.
Corbin looks ready to dispatch any threat to his crown. Corbin always ready to use questionable tactics to gain success.
It's not so despicable if you understand how to respect such a majestic and valiant ruler.
Head gasket, way more than what I paid for. All together. I get taxes, head gasket went out.
And now Corbin is here to claim his most regal victory to date.
Sadly, when our car just died on us. Actually, funny story for our car. The day it started smoking like that, we were supposed to. I was taking her out to the mall because she wanted to go to Barnes and Noble, get a nice little book. Just really into reading. So I was gonna take her. Car started smoking. We have to. A nice couple on the side of us was like, pull over. We'll see what we can do. Nice man comes out. He checks it. And he's like, what you need? Because he's not a mechanic, obviously. So he's telling us we need to put, I think, what was it? It was some type of liquid we're supposed to put in, like, the what's the name, and it's supposed to, like, yeah. No, not cooling. It wasn't cooling. It was something to feel the crack. He said. I forgot. It was like some type of silver kind of liquid. So I went to buy it, and it was like I had the money to do it, so I bought it, and I did that, and I had to go to work that night. But I was like, it's fine. That's what I'm thinking, right? I'm gonna wait for the car to cool down. I'm gonna do that. I do it, and then like like a week or two later, the car, we take it to this what's the name, this what's it called, mechanic, and he's like, he tells us every problem and how this car is like barely functioning. He's like, I'm surprised you guys even were able to make it here. Like, this car has failed everything possible. It's like, I don't even know how you even like driving it still. And I'm thinking only a few things are wrong. He's like, the brakes are horrible, and I'm like, we have fine brakes. I'm thinking everything was fine. He's like, everything is wrong with this car. I was like, yeah. But like, it was funny to me, and my wife said the same thing. I say the same thing even. We still had to go get dog food and then come back home. So we went to her Walmart, and I drive there. We get in, I sit the car in, I let the car sit for a little bit, thinking it's running hot. Let's let it sit. We're like down the street from it. We'll be fine. We finally come back, crank it, get ready to leave, and it stops, and it won't turn on. And I'm like, and then we have to push it. We're trying to push it, and some very nice people come and help us. One of the guys that help us is the guy that told us our car was smoking in the first place. I thought it was funny. And so we leave the car there, and they're like, we gotta tow the car. There's nothing we can do. We have to take it, get money for it, basically, at this point. There's no saving it. Oh, fudge. Felt that one coming. So we wait the next day. The people come, they take the car, we get money for it. Cool. We go home. We relax. It's cool. It's fine. I have to take that's when I first started taking Lyft from that point on. This was like last year, and it was like cool, fine. But the problem came in very shortly. I'm spending more money trying to go back to work now, so I definitely can't make it to work every day. So I gotta spend money to get there and spend money to get back, and I'm like, this isn't gonna be able to work. This isn't gonna work. So the funniest thing to me, it's like I missed a lot of days in between that, and it wasn't my fault. I just couldn't make it. Didn't have the money. If I'm getting paid like almost $600, almost, and most of it's going on bills and my dogs, and I'm broke at that point. And then, so I made, the only thing that was nice about it, I made like 2 good friends out of it. One of them, he's helped me a lot. I have to pay him back, but he's helped me like a lot so far. Like, he's really cool. He's one of the nicest people I've met. The other one is an asshole that I'm still friends with on this game, and I don't cuss much. Forgive me for cussing. I don't like to cuss, but yeah, I personally just don't like to do it. It's personally me. No, I try not to. I kind of censor myself a lot. Who makes the greatest? Yeah, go. Yeah, I really do.
Curious decision there, Michael.
Oh my gosh.
to find out. Boy, this can't be good. Backbreaker. And it's not over yet. Another. Just punishing. Enabled to counter. Counter after counter. Nice scoop slam. Gosh, what a match. Stomping down. Forearm all across the face. Any and all momentum has been taken from Corbin. Corbin might just be waiting for an opportune time. Oh, weakening the leg here. Oh, what a right. Man, that's some attitude behind it. Up for the electric chair, down for the drop. The Celtic Warrior about to end this battle. He's ready. Oh, there's the Irish curse backbreaker. I knew Sheamus had this. Makes the cover. 2, 3. That may be one of the biggest wins of his career. That had to be one of the matches of the year. Let's take another look at some of the action.
Here is your winner, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus!
An important victory for him in this match. This is what happens when you take on a Celtic Warrior.
What the fuck? You really...
Fuck, come on. What the fuck? That's what you're supposed to say.
Oh,
The
Lord.
most versatile and amazing warrior of the American language. You can literally use it in an entire fucking sentence, bro. Fuck the fucking fuckers. That's a whole sentence right there. Fuck the fucking fuckers. That's a whole sentence with just one word.
Oh my
Here comes one of my
goodness.
favorite superstars today.
The following contest is a fatal four-way match. Making her way to the ring from Gold Coast, Australia, Toni Storm.
Toni Storm has spent years honing her craft.
Your brother said you live so early.
WWE by way of Australia. Time spent in Europe,
Oh.
even in Japan.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't go to sleep yet. I decided to stream because I just got home. Well, I didn't just get home. I've been home for like a few hours. But I stream before I go to sleep. I was fun to my mom.
From
Yep.
fabulous to untouchable. Here comes the
Oh, okay.
most beautiful woman in all of WWE.
Saxton, how many times do I have to tell you many other people make the same proclamation? This is the most beautiful woman in all of WWE. That is my unbiased opinion.
Yeah, sure it is.
At the same time,
And her opponents, first, from Staten Island, New York, Carmella.
This is a woman who radiates high class in and out of the ring. How many people do you know who have their own personal sommelier?
I consider myself.
Carmella's done it all. There's no doubt about that. Former SmackDown Women's Champion, Money in the Bank winner, WrestleMania Battle Royal winner, and she even won
Oh
Mixed Match
goodness. But
Challenge.
yeah, my
A truly
my
untouchable
boss
resume
from
for
Home
an
Depot, he was
untouchable
what did he
superstar.
do? Oh, loveliness. So, like my last 2 weeks of working there, I worked the week. No, my last 3 weeks were important. Why? Because 1 week he was sick. And it's the first time getting sick, I guess, and it was like a big deal for everybody because everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, he's like really sick. He's not here for for like days and all that. And that was the first day. It was, I'm gonna be honest, one woman pissed me off that day because it was for no reason, that she was just rude for no reason. She was like out of nowhere, bro. Like, it happened out of nowhere. That's the crazy part. It's like I'm putting up all the stuff and everything, and then so she's like, she comes out the truck, and then she's like, "Who's working on this pallet?" I'm like, "That's me." She's like, "It's messed up. Fix it." And I'm like, I jokingly say, "No, I'm just gonna leave it there and let somebody else do it." She doesn't say anything, and I'm like, "That's fine." So she goes back in the truck, and then she sends another guy to come tell me. She said, "Xavier, fix the pallet, or she's gonna call one of the managers on you." And I'm like, I was already gonna work on it. So I was like, "Can you tell I was gonna work?" And I was like, "No, I'll tell her myself." And I smiling, thinking, I go in there. I'm like, "Oh, I was already gonna work on it." And then she's like, and then she looks at me, and then she's like, "You better do it," because and it's like, put the smile away, because I'm not fucking smiling. And I'm like, what the fuck did I do? Wait a minute, what did I do to get you pissed? So I was like, okay, fine, calm down there, buddy. So I go fix it. I don't say anything back because I don't care. I know I'm leaving early, so that means any work that would be for me, she would have to do. And I, knowing this, finish everything I have to do. I stay a tad bit late to make sure I finished everything. I don't care to talk to anyone. I have a smile on my face when I clock out, because she's right next to the clock out button talking to someone else, and I'm smiling, walking in, clock out, don't even look at her, don't say nothing, don't make any gestures. I walk up, I say, "I'm so happy I'm going home right now," and I keep walking. Didn't say nothing to her. And I was so happy. It was cool. So then we get to week 2. The second week, when he comes back from being sick. He's like, I think I missed like 2-3 days, because I was gonna work somewhere else. I had a job interview and I didn't have enough money to make it, so I had to make a choice. Was I gonna go to work, or was I gonna save my money to go across the street, basically, to pretty much the same place? But it was what place? Wait, I work in Home Depot. What was the place that's like Home Depot? It's a Lowe's. That's what it was. It was right across the street. Funny enough, I had an interview, and they were like, I explained to them how Home Depot works pretty much, and they were like, we can't pay you that much. They pay $16. I was like, I'm fine with less. Like, as long as it's at least past 13. I know. That's why I didn't say anything stupid. Like, I just said, like, we go in, we work, we did some, like, I didn't go in like detail. Like, I understand. No, I already knew walking in that I could get in trouble if I say too much. I already knew that, so I had to be careful with anything I say. But I was under the impression I was already fired, basically, because no one was calling me or texting me, asking me anything about me missing those days. Because normally they would call or text you if you miss a day and you didn't call in. So they didn't call or text me. I'm thinking I'm fired at this point. So I missed 2 days. There's 2 straight back-to-back days, almost 3. I go in. He sees me. He's like, he pats me on the shoulder. He says to me, no, he asks me, "How are you doing? Are you feeling better?" I'm like, what do you mean? He must have thought I was sick. I'm thinking, fine. So I continue to. So I was like, that's cool. So I keep working. I worked for that week. Remember, this is a week of him walking past me. So the next week, as I'm getting started and everything, like we don't have a truck that night, and I'm like, cool, no truck that night, dope, fire, amazing. So we're in our department cleaning up everything, talking to customers, and he's like, they say on the speaker, "Xavier, we need you in the office." And then everyone's like, hey, Xavier, did you not know that they need you in the office? I was like, I went back there. Nobody was back there. So they gave me an office. I sit down. He's like, Xavier, we've already talked, you know. I said if you missed another day, we would have to fire you. So I was like, that's fine. That's understandable. I understand. I'm like, goodbye, everyone. Cool. I make the walk, and I'm like, cool. They're like, can you, you know, empty out your locker, and give us your apron. I give it to him. Cool. Walk off. What gets me and always would get me was that he still saw me for one whole week, did not say anything. And it would be different if I put in my 2 weeks notice and would have been something like that. I would be like, oh, it's cool. But he just didn't say anything at all for a whole week. Makes sense. But
She's starting to tire. Well, this deep into a fatal four-way match, you gotta expect to be a little worse for wear.
Oh, what a stop.
Candice is bent on seeing a finish right now. Candice LeRae, what's gonna happen here? I think she's got an opportunity. She breaks the hold. Tony Storm! It's Tony time!
Storm has victory in her sights.
There's some shock in the arena after that kick out.
And that does it. Beats the odds and gets the fatal four-way win.
These women put on quite a show. Here's another look.
Here is your winner, Tony Storm.
After a memorable fatal four-way, here is our winner.
This match was just as chaotic as we thought it would be.
It absolutely was, from bell to bell.
We got a lot of fucking poor leadership and poor fucking managers. Not about poor leadership that people in charge that should not be in charge. People so disconnected from the working people of their own company, they don't understand what the fuck's going on. And then when the working people try to tell them, they ignore it.
From where I sit, the absolute greatest of all time, the 16-time champion.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 251 pounds, John Cena!
John Cena is a man who's always practiced what he preached. He embodies never give up and hustle, loyalty, respect.
Now, even his detractors have to admit Cena's dedication. He never gives anything less than his very best. From where I'm sitting, he is the greatest WWE superstar in history.
Cena is a superstar in every sense of the word. In fact, he was referred to by Mr. McMahon as the Babe Ruth of WWE.
Now, Cena's a guy who achieved success beyond anybody's wildest imagination.
Well, the disciple has arrived. One of the most dynamic athletes in WWE, now under the learning tree of the Messiah.
And his opponent from Melbourne, Australia, weighing in at 213 pounds, Murphy!
In the early parts of Murphy's career, he found success winning the NXT Tag Team Championship and Cruiserweight title, but in the years since, lost direction until the Messiah.
Made a huge difference in Murphy's career as the Messiah. Formerly known as the best kept secret, Murphy now a proud and willing prophet, spreading the word of the Messiah, Seth Rollins. Murphy is a completely changed man. Anyone who knows John Cena knows that his ethos in life is hustle, loyalty, and respect. A positive attitude that he always brings with him into the ring. And while his opponent tonight can count on being respected by Cena, it's John's hustle that he needs to watch out for. No question there.
Then there's Murphy across the ring, a man searching for recognition, a superstar who's trying to step out of the shadows and make a name for himself.
Murphy may be overshadowed at times, but make no mistake about it. Murphy's a wildly talented competitor with a chip on his shoulder and fire in his lungs.
Crank in the head.
And Cena's able to evade.
Whatever's playing here can't be good.
Unleashed might and force. Just like that, Cena gets intercepted. He saw that one coming. Oh, man, a little extra luster behind that kick.
There he goes, right into the corner. Oh, he retaliates.
Hurricanrana. Big forearm.
Over the years, we've seen John Cena display some incredible stamina in his matches, able to outlast opponents and bounce back for the win. How do you take that advantage away from him?
To counter Cena's superhuman stamina, you have to throw everything and the kitchen sink at him, and do it early. The longer this match goes, the better the odds are for Cena.
No, I get you. Actually, I want to talk to you about the strikers. I'm just gonna get this off my chest. If you so help me bring one more motherfucker and put me in the chat, got dirty one more time with somebody who solos mainly, and then surprisingly they do not do well with a team, so help me, you better not be upset at them when they don't want to play with us. No. It's like, I don't know, you have like a habit of somehow finding people that's like, oh, he is pretty cool, not too the greatest of all. Like the last guy, I don't know his name, but he's like, man, I'm like a beast in this game. Just started playing like 3 months, like I'm a beast already.
This is that for the pin and the win. Yes.
And still in this. A long 2.5 in the waning moments of this match. Placing them right where they want them, into the corner.
reciprocating the initial reversal. Michinoku driver.
Which is crazy.
Cena. Adjustment. That might end Murphy's chances. 2. And they're still in this. How Murphy was able to kick out in the aftermath of receiving that maneuver is superhuman. That's it. Murphy with the center. Murphy's low. Will that pay off for Murphy? Cover. 2. He was almost finished. Absolute evidence of that trademark staying power that John Cena possesses. And maybe Murphy was a little light on the cover there. Maybe didn't have enough leverage on the shoulders. Murphy's attack gets reversed. Look at the power from Cena. Cena, pendulum face buster. That's going to hurt. As this match goes on, is there any self-doubt running through the minds of these competitors? You can't even allow that notion to creep into your head. You have come too far and fought too hard to grow weak now. He's going for the pin. This could be it. He kicks out at 2. I cannot believe what I'm seeing right now. No one can. Murphy's exposed, looking like a sitting duck right now. Paying it right back with a reversal. Just a debilitating neck breaker. What a match. What a match. Thunderous powerbomb. Dropping the bow. Elbow drop. Piercing. We're undoubtedly nearing the end. This is... There's... That opens the door for Murphy. Sit-out powerbomb. We've got to acknowledge these... But he's got it hooked up. Here it comes. Murphy's low. We'll see his survival instincts kick in. 2 count. Finally ends it. And all the bloodshed. Perhaps worth it now. Corey, I think that may be the biggest win of that young man's career.
It's hard not to agree with you, Cole. It was an incredible victory.
Yeah, I mean, a hard-fought matchup. And that's a great show of respect. Tremendous sportsmanship. Gotta love it.